Happy Monday. Welcome into another edition of 3-Point Stance presented by MTN Dew, Meghan Triplett. That is John Roser, and we're here to give you our stances on the weekend that was. And Roser, look, there was so much going on, so I really don't know how we pick three topics because so much happened. Let's start in the NBA Finals. We got a chance to see two games against the Milwaukee Bucks and Atlanta Hawks, one on Friday, one on Sunday. Bucks get both done. And then Saturday night, you had the Suns and the Clippers, and what was not a good game on Saturday night, but the Suns were able to come out on top. But what's your take on everything that's going on with the NBA playoffs?
I mean, it's the Suns have a 3-1 lead, but it's not like it hasn't been like commanding performances to get that lead. Like in game 2, Paul George misses free throws after hitting some big shots, misses free throws, and DeAndre Ayton gets a lob at the buzzer, pretty much at the buzzer, to win the game. And then game 4 the other night on Saturday night, I mean, the Clippers had like 9, 10, 11, 12 chances to take the lead after they came back and missed every shot. And it's like, if they have Kawhi Leonard, like, I believe the Clippers are winning this series. It's probably the Clippers that are up 3-1 if they have Kawhi Leonard. Now, also the Suns didn't have Chris Paul, at times, and Devin Booker busted his face too. But I think that's a big part of it. And then, in the Eastern Conference with Khris Middleton, it's sometimes Khris Middleton's bad, sometimes Khris Middleton is okay, and sometimes Khris Middleton is freaking awesome and he's the best player on the court. And last night, Khris Middleton was the best player on the court.
Oh, definitely. That fourth quarter performance from Khris Middleton, and I've said this a lot on our show, Rise and Grind, is that the Bucks, they are an impressive team, but it depends on what Khris Middleton you're getting. Like, I'm going to be all in if it's going to be that type of Khris Middleton performance where
they'll win the finals. I mean, it doesn't have to be 38, 40 points.
It doesn't have to be 38 points, but he cannot be 2 of 11 from the field.
No, but if he's like efficient scoring 25 or something, that like the Bucks are probably winning the game and the Bucks will probably win the finals.
Because when Khris Middleton's playing the way Khris Middleton can play, especially like what we saw in the fourth quarter, it transcends. Giannis is going to be Giannis. Giannis is going to be good. He's going to get you the points because Giannis has now seen that if he stays in that restricted area, that is where he can dominate, especially against this Hawks team. But for Khris Middleton, it transcends because Jrue Holiday, he's gonna be able to focus on the defense, what he can do defensively to stopping Trae Young. He doesn't have to focus on, I gotta be that shot maker too. I gotta be able to hit that 3 when it comes down to what we did see in a situation where for the Bucks, it's like when you need that game-winning shot, who are you going to go to? And, you need Khris Middleton to be playing like that because that could be him. It can't be a Pat Connaughton when he had that air ball shot. Jrue Holiday can be that person, but when Khris Middleton, it transcends to everybody, and it really just shows you what this group can play. And Khris Middleton, he's second best player on that court for the Bucks, and he's got to step up to that level. It can't be other guys all the time. So, and when you think about injury, you talked about Kawhi, injuries have been a factor throughout every single series. I mean, it feels like when it comes to the playoffs, and it might be a factor when it comes to the Hawks-Bucks situation because Trae Young, he went down, had that ankle sprain in the fourth quarter, and everything changed for Trae Young after that ankle sprain. And now you're thinking, can the Hawks be able to get it done if Trae is out? No. But
I mean, he's going to play. He's going to play, but no. Like, I mean, if he's hobbled at all, it's a wrap. We're basically just going to be. It feels like waiting on the Bucks to make the finals. A matter of when, not if.
Well, we'll see what happens. They play on Tuesday night. We'll see if what Trae we do get if he's out there on the court, and what we do get with ankle sprain Trae trying to play on that with the shoulder, adding on to that as well. Other news in the NBA, we did learn over the weekend that Chauncey Billups is reportedly signing a 5-year deal to be the next Portland Trail Blazers head coach. Still some controversy over that hire, and Chris Haynes came out with a tweet saying that Damian Lillard, with everything how the Portland Trail Blazers went about hiring the coach and also where they sit, he might want out of the Portland Trail Blazers because he does not think that could be a championship caliber team. When you heard the news, were you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked. I kind of expect Damian Lillard to be on a different team next season. Chris Haynes is getting that. I mean, he knows Dame. He's getting that stuff straight from Lillard. Maybe Chauncey Billups sitting down with Lillard will help change his mind, but I tend to doubt it because, like, you look at what they how do they get better? They traded 2 first-round picks for Robert Covington, so you're not really going to be sending out a lot of picks. CJ McCollum, you could move. Maybe Nurkic, you could move. But I don't know what you're getting back that's going to make you a better team. Because a lot of their issues were defense. Like they could not defend. So like where would Dame go? There's the Ben Simmons Philadelphia stuff out there, but it would take more than Ben Simmons to get you Damian Lillard. My conspiracy is Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard playing for Team USA this summer in the Olympics. James Harden for Lillard straight up.
I don't know.
Well, let's not get anything better than that.
This is a lot of speculation.
It's all speculation.
It is, but I don't know about that one. I don't know.
What about Golden State? He's from Oakland. Of course, the Warriors now play in San Francisco.
Could you really see
what about Golden State? They've got Wiseman, they've got picks 7, 14, and they've got Andrew Wiggins' contract.
I mean, that's a lot of shooters, but I feel like a lot of guys that's going to be demanding the basketball. Klay Thompson's coming back. So you're talking about Klay, Damian Lillard, and Steph Curry.
They had Kevin Durant at one point.
That's different. Like, I don't, look, nothing at this point in the NBA.
Nothing is going to shock you.
It really is not. It's really not. But I'm not shocked either about the Chris Haynes report. And I know people are, putting it together with the coaching hire. And I want Chauncey Billups to be very successful in the coaching world. And I do think that he can be that. I want him to have a great opportunity. Now at Portland, there's a lot on the line with this because they're not rebuilding. Now, if Damian Lillard leaves, then you're in a rebuilding process, and maybe Chauncey can get to that level. But for Damian Lillard, I thought he was potentially done with Portland when their season ended against Denver. I didn't see it playing out because he wants to win a championship. I think for Portland to win a championship, it's got to be a lot of moves. A lot of that roster has to change a lot because as we mentioned, nothing surprises you anymore when it comes to the NBA. What these teams are building, Portland's going to have to do a lot, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that this year. So I think for Damian, it might be time to go. Where he does end up, I don't think has anything to do with the coaching hire, but I know that some people are putting it together. But yeah, I think Portland and Damian Lillard, I think it's time to kind of cut ties. If Damian Lillard really, truly wants to win a championship, and he wants to do it in the next year or two, that's the key. He wants to do it in the next year or two.
He'll try to force his way to maybe.
Right. Look, and here's the thing. That wasn't the only thing that happened this weekend, Roser. It's like you have to be glued to your TV. The BET Awards, Cardi B's pregnant. Olympic trial is going on. So many great storylines.
Congratulations to Cardi B and Offset.
She was stunning.
They might break up tomorrow, though.
Don't do that. Just say congratulations, period. That's all we need.
Congratulations to Cardi B and Offset.
Thank you. What was something else great that you saw for our last dance from the weekend that was?
Belgium and Portugal in Euro 2021 soccer. Thorgan Hazard, the younger brother of Eden Hazard, who also plays for Belgium, Eden Hazard is one of the best players in the world. His younger brother Thorgan Hazard had the only goal in the game. It was a cracker that he hit from right outside the box, drilled it. Portugal had more chances than Belgium did in that game. Belgium going forward, Belgium does have, they're one of the most talented teams and they're very capable of winning this tournament. But Eden Hazard came up lame with a hamstring. Kevin De Bruyne, another one of their stars, who they look like a totally different team when he's not on the field. He got injured in the game too, so we'll see. They have a game on Friday against Italy now in the round of 8. But Tuesday, there's another one, England and Germany in the round of 16. So the two powerhouse, well-known teams face off on Tuesday.
Okay, I've seen a lot of soccer stuff on my timelines. I've actually watched a soccer match. I can't tell you what 2 teams I watched, but I watched it last week. There's so much happening right now. And from what I saw from the weekend, that just really took my breath away. Cardi did too as well. Does kind of she look good in that cat suit. But what took my breath away was the gymnastics finals and Simone Biles, another chance just to see her out there, seeing that go.
She's so amazing.
She's phenomenal. And she didn't have her best performance on Sunday. She didn't compete the best on Sunday, but honey, she was dominated. And it's official, no doubt, but she's going to Tokyo. But it was just everything in general. So congrats to Sunisa Lee, Jordan Childs, Michaela Skinner. So many great storylines. It was an amazing weekend. I'm super, super excited for the gymnastics. And in track and field, Sydney McLaughlin. Oh my goodness, honey. We got a chance to see Sydney and Delilah Muhammad out there at the same exact time. And Sydney McLaughlin became the first woman to ever finish the 400-meter hurdle under 52 seconds. That's all I got. That's all the time we have for this edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew.